Welcome to another episode of the Everyman Show. I am John Everyman. At least right now, I wish I wasn't, man. After what we were doing there, I wish I wasn't John Everyman. Yeah. I was every John Twilight Zone and shit. I was like, where the fuck am I? I can't get shit to work in here.
What's crazy is that on this logo, you got Florida so big.
Florida is its own continent.
I know. It should be called like the Florida man, every man.
No, because then they get the wrong idea. They're going to think I'm going to be sitting here with a pet gator and not humans and shit, you know?
You're not going to put the pet gator on camera? That's really mean of you.
No, because Florida man would. Florida man would put the pet gator on
I'm
there.
surprised after all that work you just did that you don't got a nice gleam.
Oh my God, bro! Listen, you missed that water show before you got here. By the time he got here, what he got? Some on this? What he got? He got a little Cheetos thing. Oh, you're identifying the cool shirt. I think is what it is. It does. I love that shirt.
We're going to sell potatoes.
You don't need that, bro. You ain't no businessman in here.
He looks good.
Look at me, bro. I got my No Santeria shirt on.
Where's your mic clip?
Huh? Oh, my shit is hiding, bro. Like I hate it. Yeah, like listen, man. I don't got button downs like y'all, man. We t-shirt people.
But I'm hearing him, and he sounds like
He
far, like you're in Star Wars. You got to turn me up. In the opening monologue.
turn them up, son. I mean,
My monitor,
yeah,
I need more. I need more.
yeah. I think they're on the 4th channel. There you go. You might go.
Tell me if I have on.
There you go. I think we can hear him.
Check. 1, 1.
There you go. There you go. All right, guys. Well, this cast of characters sitting here with me, man, make it a special day. I gotta be honest. First, let me go ahead and introduce our latest member here, holding it down with me, man, through these waves, Tammy.
Welcome to the Unlimited world, you guys.
That's right.
Unlimited.
Listen, man, I am like so grateful for you. I think that when Sin's not here, you're like definitely someone I need. You guys are like my right and my left hand people, women, because they're not men, you know, they're women. So it's my right and my left hand women. So my hands are women, and they're strong hands. I feel like if they were manly hands, it might be weak. Women have strong hands, right? There we go. Sitting across from me, man, one is a favorite of ours in here. One is a long-time no-see favorite of ours. Sitting over here, hanging out with the cool Spanglish City shirt on, because I thought that's what he was kind of pointing out. I was like, oh, are you pointing out the logo? Because you're right, we should talk about it. One of the members, lead singer actually, of Spanglish City, our dear friend of the show, recurring guest here, helped us out with last year's tournament, coming back to kind of make sure that we don't botch the tournament again this year. Because he made sure he policed that sucker last year. He was very critical with each choice. And yeah, so you know what? I need that here. You know, we need someone to make sure that this doesn't go off the rails with the list. So that's why I figured it's important to have you back again. And ladies and gentlemen, we have here Michelangelo, my brother. Sitting next to my man Michelangelo, this gentleman was with us, man, it feels like ages ago already, man. I think I haven't seen you
18 years ago?
maybe like 18, 27,000 years ago. I would think so. But we had our next introduction here. He was on season 1 with us back when we were in a different world and a different time. I got a chance to have him on during the Quarantine Chronicles that we did over in season 3. And now he's hanging out with us here to help us ring in season 5. And I am very happy for this because I feel like I called you with my thoughts today. You know, I knew that.
You little ESP action.
Yeah, I ESPN'd you for sure. That was definitely what happened there. But we have my dear friend here, friend of the show, Rio. Sitting with us today, we have an actor. That's right, people, an actor, because we're in that mode right now. We love movies in here, and we haven't had enough actors throughout the years, so I'm trying to make up for lost time. I brought as many actors as I can. I'm going to bring a caravan of actors. We're going to hold that, because I know. Right. Yeah, but I know with you there's been changes as well that kind of fits into today's scene. But sitting with us is a guest, again, actor. I'm dying to see, because I really don't know you like that, man. I feel like we just met last second, so we're going to really kind of dive into and get to know each other here. At the end, we all do friendship bracelets. And we braid each other's hairs. So, yeah, exactly.
And
So,
we come up with our own gang kind of.
right. He's got the bandana on. We're all just going to put ours on later, you know.
I'm gonna show you how to do this one little gang
Yeah.
reading.
There you go. You get ready for that later.
Season 5, so it has to be 5 hits.
Exactly.
The whole thing.
So sitting with us, it's Jesus Herrera. I fucked that up too, right? You didn't see me roll the R. I'm getting a little bit of dry. It's just, I feel like I'm getting cotton mouth right now. So it's Jesus Herrera. Herrera. There we go. I emphasize the H because I'm American. Like Americans that speak Spanish write like they're still writing in English. You know, some of the words are like backwards, but I still write it as if I'm saying it in English. And I'm like, that doesn't sound right in Spanish.
H's are always silent.
Huh?
H's are always silent.
Yeah.
And in his name, for example, the first set of R's are rolled and the last R is just.
I'm also just glad you didn't call him Jesus.
No, I knew not to do that. I knew not to do that. My grandmother would probably come around the backdrop and hit me in the head like, it's Jesus, coño. And just, exactly, he's got the little thing, the little accent joint. But thank you, my friend. Thank you for joining us here today, man. Like I said, I'm excited to kind of get to know you here and talk a little bit more about the acting life, where you're from.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Right
It's
on,
an
brother.
honor.
Right on.
Well, I'm originally from Venezuela, from a small city called Maracay. It's maybe an hour away from Caracas.
I was about to say, because that's all I think when I hear Venezuela, Caracas. Like, they love them Caracas. So, tell me, man, so were you born and raised there, or you just, or did you were raised out here?
I was born there. I lived till about 9 years old. That's when we moved to the States.
Okay, so you had a little bit of time in there, but as a child, I know that as a child, you really can't really understand and experience too much of what a country has to offer. But I'm assuming you know, through those 9 years, you have your own impressions. Tell me, what was it like growing up in this town?
It was, I thankfully got to see a lot of my country. My dad would, take us all over the place, and we got to see a lot of, the countryside and everything that the country has to offer. Beaches to the mountains to the plains, everything. We really traveled well all over the country, thank God, and have great memories from those first 9 years.
Really?
Yeah.
What were some of your favorite activities to do out there?
Well, we always had a farm and a beach house, so we were either one weekend at the beach house or one weekend at the farm, riding horses, I don't know, just in the bike, eating dirt.
Man, listen, I feel like I want to live there right now, my damn self. Like, can your parents raise me? Like, I want to go ride horses.
You gotta shrink a little bit.
That's fine. Listen, if I just shave this all, I look like a newborn baby. I ain't got no hair. I ain't got no hair. Just leave me in your front door in a little cradle and shit like this. I'll be like, wah, where are my horses?
During the time that you were traveling through Venezuela with the political climate and all that craziness,
I was just thinking right now.
I was going to get to that. I didn't want to kind of jump into it, but
it sounds so idyllic.
Still have the farm.
It sounds idyllic, and the truth is you can still enjoy your life no matter what's going on around you.
exactly.
Eventually, like what's happening in Ukraine, you can't go and enjoy your life right now.
Right, they're having a different set of memories right now, and it's not anything pleasant. But yeah, just to kind of piggyback there, or just to really answer that question, like obviously we're all aware of the conditions over there, the political conditions, and we know that this didn't happen yesterday. I know that in Venezuela it's been existent for fucking decades upon decades. So did that, and I'm gonna be honest, like the way you're making it sound doesn't really feel like it did, but did it affect you guys? Like, what was the impressions of all that down there for you?
I would say it definitely did. Slowly but progressively things changed. I was lucky enough to see a point in Venezuela where it was before the regime and everything, just a couple of years really. And I would say it was mid to late 90s. I think Chavez came in 98. So we definitely got to see that, and it was a whole ordeal. But it didn't happen overnight.
It was a slow progress of when Chavez came in. And you're saying you didn't feel it right away, but like going now in present day, is that something that, like, I guess it was almost alluded here in the conversation, that it affected you guys now? Is it, or in that time when it started things to change?
Absolutely. Actually, I'm going tomorrow to go see my grandpa. He's
Nice.
6 years old. That's his birthday.
What? That is a blessing, my man. That is a blessing of like,
But
of a
he is
miracle.
here for reasons, because he can't be over there.
Political
Yeah,
reasons.
he doesn't have medicine, he doesn't have, safety, et cetera, et cetera. So we brought him over here just, to take care of him.
Okay. So coming over here to the States, did you guys come from Venezuela to Miami like most Hispanics do? It doesn't matter the country. We all come to Miami first. That's our point of entry here.
A lot of people go to Venezuela first. And then
I mean, listen, in some cases, but if you're of Hispanic descent, and you're tired of your government shit and you're trying to go somewhere and you say, hey, I want to go to the United States of America, don't nobody thinking about Milwaukee. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the city you moved to? Miami. Wow.
North Dakota.
You know what I'm saying? Would you, some motherfucker look at me crazy. North Dakota, where is this guy? Is that in America? How far is that from San Francisco? But did you guys come over here straight to Miami?
We actually landed in Boca Raton.
Okay, you landed in America for real when you got here.
Yeah. For
Okay.
about 9 months. We stayed there for 9 months.
And then you realized that it was too American.
Yeah. We actually moved to Miami for, my dad was getting treatment for cancer. And
Oh my God.
He came down here for treatment and it was closer. So we were actually supposed to go to New Hampshire.
You guys were gonna live in New Hampshire?
Yeah, that was the original plan.
Did you guys see the weather and said no?
They were like, oh, I don't know about that, but Miami had the same treatment, so we're like, yeah, let's stay there.
Do you guys know about New Hampshire?
Yeah. The great thing about New Hampshire is that it has seasons because it's above, the Rust Belt, and also they have classes. They actually have a middle class.
Oh.
Yeah, and then but
Where'd you read this,
the
on
upper
Wikipedia?
Class, but the upper class is the biggest.
I was about to say, man, like this motherfucker got the fucking Wikipedia on New Hampshire. I've always heard that New Hampshire's butt cold, yo. Like, so do you like living in Miami? Is it your thing?
I do love living in Miami, but I do feel like I've been living in Miami way too long.
Oh, okay. We've gotten to that point.
Everybody in Miami.
I probably, if I would have came from somewhere else living out here, probably been out there 20 minutes, I would have been like, yeah, this is cool. I loved living here for 20 minutes. I gotta go.
I would say most of my time I've grown up in Miami.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's not the most, I feel like it's not the most ideal place, but it's home for most of us. Like we run it with pride, so it's either pride or no pride. So you were the first in your family then to kind of get into the fine arts, as they say.
Yes. Well, I actually started this about, I want to say almost a little bit over 2 years now.
2 years ago?
Yeah. I tried it when I was in college. I studied engineering at FIU.
We're talking about acting.
Yeah.
Okay, but you studied engineering?
Yeah.
That's what you said?
FIU for engineering. I did environmental engineering.
That makes sense.
And then I graduated.
Now, was this a couple years ago?
I graduated in 2017.
Okay, all right.
During that time, while I was in school, I did some acting just to, feel it out because it's something that was calling to me.
You worked at Philip Church. Did you not? You worked at Philip Church.
I don't know. What is that? Philip Church.
I'm not really sure what that is.
No, he was the dean of the theater department in FIU.
And FIU?
Oh.
Okay, but you didn't take classes. You
No,
just
no,
you freelanced.
I absolutely just took it out, and I had no idea what I was doing. I just took some class, and I was like, wow, I really like this. And I had some dabble in it in high school, I guess. I did a lot of backstage production, et cetera, and every time, whenever I get a chance, I try to be on stage. It's just for fun. And I really enjoyed it, and it's something that has been calling me since I was little. When I watched TV, I always wanted to be part of Nickelodeon, and it was like But I just didn't know how to go about it, and then I think life circumstances, kind of put you in a position where I was like, okay, I need to get, stability in my life.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I decided to go with engineering, but also part of me was calling into the arts. So
Bro, that's dope. You did the acting to fund the engineering?
that's exactly
That's amazing.
similar, but yeah.
But so Jesus, so you're saying it called you, but do you remember that one definitive moment that pushed you to say, acting is what I'm gonna go, like, I'm gonna stick my foot in the water?
Yeah, I think it was in high school. After high school, it was kind of like I was at a point in my life where, okay, what am I gonna do? What career path do I want to go? And my mom is very reserved, and she's always been a big influence in my life. She said, "No, you need stability, you need a good job, all this,
Like
what a
any,
mom does."
Like any Latin
Yeah,
mom would tell
exactly.
you, are you kidding me? You're gonna be an artist? Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
So you're just not gonna do anything.
Right.
Right.
And then that would be the point of view that she would have.
Of course.
So I decided, okay, what are my passions? And I have a passion for the environment. So, and I like to think I'm a pretty smart person, and I like problem solving. So I said, let me go with environmental engineering. And in my plan, I said, once I'm doing this is going to help me finance my acting career, and then I'll try to do it while I'm in school. That was very difficult. And I said, after graduation from college, I decided to start my actual acting career.
Your first moment's acting. Your first moment acting. Do you remember what it was?
I think it was one of the craziest, most serendipity situations I've ever experienced. And I think that goes to how, this acting and arts works,
Mhm.
art industry, performing arts. It was, I think I was coming back from playing 18 of golf, and I was exhausted, man. I was so tired, and I get this email saying, rush booking from LA. It was actually from my professor, Ralph Kinner. He does the acting studio here in Miami, and they needed somebody. And I was like, crap, the deadline was already passed. Like, I'm so screwed. But I was just thinking, like, you know what? Let me just send something. What's gonna happen?
You were the last one.
What's the
and
worst thing that
composer.
could happen? Yeah. And I didn't even prepare myself. I just did it like I put the phone on my bed, and the whole skit was to pretend like you're saying goodbye to somebody for the last time, right? And like they're gonna pass away. And I just started like getting very emotional and kind of teary-eyed, et cetera, and I just said that. And they picked me, and I was like, holy crap, And
That's
it was-
dope.
Yeah.
That means they heard thousands of auditions before yours, and we're like,
Yeah.
That guy.
this one.
Yeah.
The audition process is so like specific,
It's
like,
also fickle,
yeah,
because sometimes you'll have a casting director who's like, I kind of know what the director said and what he wants, but what do I want?
yes.
And then you fall in the cracks between.
And that was for it. I didn't know what it was actually for until I got to the set, and it turned out to be the music video for Ariana Grande's P.O.V.
What?
Director X, and I was like, what? What is happening? Like, I had no idea, like, until I see the actual name. I don't think it ever came out, because I think they changed the music video around, and they changed the whole artistic concept of it. But, that's what an experience that was. And I was
What
like-
role did they have you do?
I was like a man. It was in a cemetery, and I was a man that was essentially crying over a tombstone.
Oh wow, man, that's a morbid ass video, man. What video was this?
But it had
P.O.V.
it
Actually, a
has-
dance song. It was a very.
they completely like changed things around. So
So they cut you out at
Yeah,
on
it
the
never
edits.
came
It
out, but
happens.
it was a hell of an experience.
I'm on a few editing floors across the history of film and TV.
Editing forward, man.
So-
I've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You did it,
You
man.
never
I
know,
never
but
saw
I
it.
did it. It was definitely an
Just like you
experience.
did.
Mentally, is it easy for you to dig into these roles?
I think it really depends on the role.
Okay. How important is it to have an acting coach? How important is it to build a proper resume? Like, what are some of the things you know that are important to kind of get to the status of an actor?
I would say, me personally, obviously having a coach or mentor is always really important. And I think from Just Funny and Miami Acting Studio, those coaches have been my mentors thus far, and they've been fantastic. But me personally, I do a lot of watching. I watch a lot of movies, I watch a lot of actors, and I think that's the best way to really get a grasp on varieties of acting, different roles, different characters. You really just break it down. And I sometimes watch the same movie, over and over and over. Maybe not like, right after.
Yeah, no, you kill yourself if
Yeah.
you're watching a Marvel movie. It takes 3 hours and shit. You're gonna watch it all over again.
I've watched True Romance 20 times for every role to get.
Listen, man, The Godfather is 3 hours long. I ain't watching that shit fucking back to back. You got me
You don't have to
fucked
watch-
up.
You don't have to watch the whole movie, but like certain scenes. So that's why like YouTube now is awesome for that. Just find certain scenes and you're like, wow, like what was happening here? And what was going on, in the actor's mind? And little details that you might find in the movement. I would say that's the best thing to do. Me personally.
So your methodology and your approach to your acting, it's more focusing on, people that have done it, watching, as we'll refer to it here for the moment, but just like industry tape, like you're watching these movies of defining roles and stuff is what you're saying.
But you have to understand that you're not imitating. You can't imitate.
No, you can only be you.
You can only be you.
Right.
That's that line of Uta Hagen. Look up Uta Hagen. She's one of the greatest actors and acting coaches of all time. She's got a few books out. She's got a bunch of books that are about acting. And in one of them she says, acting is living truthfully in imaginary circumstances so that you're not a liar.
Right.
Do you have any favorites personally that you kind of like to look at? Because you said you do look at some of these films. So who is it that you're studying the most on? Like who inspires you there?
For me, a big influence in acting has been Robin Williams.
Nice. That's a nice one.
Love.
That guy's got range for days. And it looks like you're either real's gonna cry.
Have you seen that? Sorry, have you seen that? The Robin Williams film that's like speculated to come out. There's this actor who.
Oh yes, I did. Yeah, he looks exactly like him. Yeah.
Dude.
Yes.
Well, the Irish.
I think it's an autobiography. No, it's a
A biopic.
It's a biopic.
Yeah.
And like the actor, I think the actor leaked it or somebody leaked it onto YouTube, and it's become like a fucking
It
viral
looks
video.
insane.
And
Like splitting image.
I mean, it's spot on Robin Williams.
Really?
It's not only the fact that he looks so similar to Robin Williams,
Sounds like him.
but he imitates him so spot on. I don't know his name, but
And that is the highest form of flattery.
yeah.
This episode is just filled with like little Easter eggs that you guys need to write down. There's just things that we're talking about here that are just like gems.
Easter potatoes, thanks.
Easter potatoes is potato. Who else you got?
Carrey.
Jim Carrey?
Carrey.
That's I'm not gonna lie. You went from
Comedians.
yeah.
Huge comedians going into drama.
Yeah.
Who showed us their full spectrum of humanity.
Yeah.
Later in their careers, much later. I mean, both of these guys were huge comics forever. And then they became
In
actors.
the 90s, which is
No, the 80s.
for me, like I just remember Jumanji, like when I was little, that was like, Jumanji, what is this?
Yeah.
And The Mask, Ace Ventura, all these movies.
Peter Pan.
Huge. Peter Pan, yeah, exactly.
What was the one that Jim Carrey did that he was trapped inside a TV studio?
Truman Show.
The Truman Show. There it is. That was probably one of his best ones.
Does anybody remember Living Color?
Yes, of course. What are you talking about, man? Fire Marshal Bill?
The Wayans brothers discovered Jim Carrey.
Right.
Did a stand-up
Gave his first real break.
And mind you, he auditioned for SNL prior to them.
Yep.
And Lorne Michaels didn't take him.
It was too awkward. I
was weird.
remember we used to have in the Living Color
We had a box set.
DVD box set.
We did.
And it had like all these special like director takes and cuts, and we got to see like a bunch of those
Fire Marshal Bill.
We got to see a bunch of those comedians audition tapes for In Living Color.
Yeah.
And
Jamie Foxx.
Jim Carrey's audition for In Living Color was just him moving. It was
body
no words
weird.
or nothing. He was just doing the weirdest fucking Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Just like contorting his body. He's super flexible. So the shit he does is like, he's like pop locking, but like also.
they'd already seen
very
It's
abstract-
comedy pop
very
locking.
abstract.
They'd already seen it. They'd already heard his comedy. When they watched his audition, they were like, wait, that's the same guy that we watched the videos of doing this weird audition? He's fucking with us, right? He's fucking with us. And they hired him.
Bro,
because
that guy-
it looked like he was funny.
That guy is nowadays unappreciated because today's younger generation, they don't really take into a Jim Carrey movie like that no more.
I think he's reached the point where he's done way too many psychedelics. Yeah. You just don't connect with the real world anymore. You just don't correct.
And you can't communicate. You can't communicate what you see and hear and
Well,
understand.
you don't want to. You don't want to waste your breath. You don't want to waste your energy communicating.
And after you've proved so much to society and the world already, I mean, he doesn't even have to. So, I think what you're saying there, despite it all, I get it. Like I'd probably be him right now. If I had the amount of success he had, fuck all y'all, man. I don't know nobody. I love you guys though. That was for Walter. Fuck off, Walter. Just in case. You've been at this now for a couple years, you said?
Yeah, about 2.5 years.
2.5 years. So then, and how many roles have you done so far? Because it sounds like you've been busy, man.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't really tracked. I've done a couple of student films, small shorts. That one with Director X and Just the Funny.
He's a busy actor when you can't keep count. Okay, actor ain't got a lot. Say 5. Like I could say 4. but it sounds like you're busy, and that's amazing. I think that speaks a lot to you and your efforts. You know what I mean? For you to have so much work, whether extra, stand-in, you got a small little feature role, whatever it is, you're playing opposite to someone, whatever, it seems like it's speaking to your work, and whatever you're doing, man. I gotta be honest.
As an old fart, I'm going to tell you, you're doing the right thing. Take everything that is offered to you.
Right.
Because experiences are what makes you a better actor. Just more.
What are some of the things you want to achieve now with your acting here?
Well, check those off for sure.
Kiss Ariana Grande. Now I need a choker, so that's a new one on the list.
Kissing scene.
But my goal, my long.
Sure, yeah.
I would love to win an Oscar.
Wow, you're putting it out in the universe.
Me too, except Johnny Depp has been trying for about 40 years. And
Yeah,
he's
no,
not a brilliant actor.
honestly, if Johnny Depp has never won an Oscar,
You and me
then
got a
they're
claw
just
away.
as much bullshit as the fucking Grammy.
Yeah.
It's season 5, okay? One of the things that we're getting into here in the next week and the week after is we're gonna do our annual tournament in here. We do a different type of topic every year, and we try to debate it through the March Madness. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with the brackets. We create 4 divisions and we split everybody. We don't do the whole thing. We get to about maybe 8 in each, so you'll get 32 teams, if you will, and we'll go through the thing. So this year, which last year was Munchies. We're not gonna get into it, but yes, Pizza won. Shout out to Pizza. But yeah, that's right. That's the police over here. That's why we have them here again this year, to make sure we don't botch this one. So this year we're gonna do ultimate movies. Okay, name me one of each. So I'll start with action. Give me one of your favorite action movies.
Mission Impossible 2.
This should be an easy one then. Comedy. What do you got?
50 First Dates.
50 First Dates. That's good. That's good. It is. It's very cute. Yeah, it's one of the. That's the one where Drew Barrymore woke up every day and she kept forgetting who she was, and Adam Sandler kept dating her every time, and he had to start from scratch.
That was the one white girl. I was just like that.
Yeah. Listen, man. If I had to do 50 First Dates with my ex-wife, I would have been like, "Fuck that!" After one, I would have been like, "She don't remember? Good. I'm getting the fuck out." Wait. Rio, just to kind of move into with you, because we don't know if we'll have you here next week.
We can do this like shotgun.
Okay, so give us, I'm going to random with you. Give me sci-fi.
Sci-fi top 3.
Top 3? Okay, go for it.
Enemy Mine.
Which one?
Enemy Minds.
Enemy Minds, okay.
Wisconsin Jr. and Dennis Quaid. Inner Space, also with Dennis Quaid. And third sci-fi, it's a series. So I'm going to say Altered
So it doesn't
Carbon.
count.
Altered Carbon is one of the, we're fine. Blade Runner is the root of,
The original Blade Runner?
the original Blade Runner
There you go.
is the root of Altered Carbon. It's a futuristic, the world has changed.
Mesopotamian type of shit.
AIs.
Action.
You can action films. We'd have to go Terminator 2 is one of the biggest
Fuck
of all time.
yes.
True Romance, which is nonstop.
I like that one because it was in the Keys.
And then Saving Private Ryan. Because it's
That's some beast ass movie.
drama.
That definitely, I think out of what he said there, Saving Private Ryan, I could definitely see it going into the categories.
Then, if I had to go Latino, for both of those, I mean, there's other. These two brothers made this sci-fi film that was really brilliant. The Adventures of Baron von Munchausen.
Okay.
Is a brilliant. It's French Latino. It's Spain, France. Comedy.
Uh-huh.
See no evil, hear no evil.
Oh, that's a classic. Oh my God. Listen, those two, when they did movies together, Richard Pryor and fucking Gene Wilder, oof, my man, those were classics. Those were bangers.
Smokey and the Bandit 1.
I'm with you. I'm loving your list right now,
It's a
man.
great comedy.
Very eclectic list.
And then Something About Mary, Ferrelli Brothers.
Yes, sir.
It's one of
Yes,
the
sir.
greatest comedies I've
He's
ever-
hitting them in
The
stride.
semen here, I can't.
He's hitting it in stride. We've covered these movies. I want to go into something else kind of similar. So it's our 5th season here. We're celebrating the 5th anniversary all season long. Hence why I've got all these special guests hanging out with me. Hence why I had to upgrade the status and get cooler co-hosts. You know what I mean? I had to do all this stuff here because it's the 5th season, people. And one of the things I'm doing with this is I want to find out everybody's top 5. You know what I mean? I figured it stays into the theme of the 5th season. So we're going to ask everybody that sits out here nowadays, what's your top 5? But now it's just not any top 5. I'm not going to give you one that I prefer. I want it to be something that you prefer. So my question to you to figure out this top 5 is, what's one of your favorite things in the world, or favorite places, or whatever? What's one of your favorite subjects in the world?
I play a lot of soccer.
Soccer.
So for me, soccer is.
Soccer's your thing. Okay. So then,
Brings me down.
okay. So then let's do this. So then this will be an easy one. Name me your top 5 favorite soccer players. God, I thought it would be easy.
My favorite up top is Ronaldinho. That to me was the greatest. And I would say is Leo Messi because
Okay,
go.
exactly.
Pele.
No, I'm not Pele. Like Pele's great, but I'm not Pele.
We'll edit that for you guys.
I love Roberto Carlos. Back in
Shooters, baby. You love goal makers.
I play his position, so it's like I can.
What position is that?
That's usually left back.
Okay.
Left back.
I don't know any of the positions, but I just wanted to ask for our viewers.
Man,
69, okay? It's 69. That's the position.
Got it.
I think he had one of the most powerful shots ever. So, Zidane,
Zinedine Zidane.
Zidane, and Figo. Figo for me was a big influence as well. So.
Nice. So for those out there, when you're watching this, you're not seeing any footage right now. It's cool. We're on audio based. No, that one died too. That both bitches said, "Fuck y'all. Y'all talk way too much." But where can people follow you? If you like, if you want to have any followers, or people want to ask you any questions themselves about acting, like.
My Instagram is the Jesus Herrera. It's pretty simple.
The Jesus Herrera. That's right.
R-E-R-A.
Right. That the graphics will pop that up for him.
Or the?
The.
It should have been
The.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have time. You have time. I want to thank both Rio and Michelangelo for coming to hang out. So if you want to see Jesus, guys, if you can hear us, make sure you check out my friend Jesus here at Just the Funny. If you're in Miami, he does improv there on Friday nights. Or if not, hey, if you flip a channel and you see him, you might recognize him on some sort of movie or an Ariana Grande video if they ever use his film for that. You know what I mean? You never know. Tammy, thank you so much for being here. I am John Everyman. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. It's the Everyman Podcast Show. On social media, Everyman Podcast Show. On streaming platforms, if you like to listen to this on audio, it's Everyman Podcast Show on any streaming platform that's out there. John, thank you so much for helping me out there, man. You are the man. Thank you. Well, guys, we'll see you on the next episode. Peace out.
Oh, they said they ain't cutting the lights off. Okay, I was just making
You
sure.
don't pay me enough.
Yeah, the sound guy says it's over. Fuck you. I don't even care if I got nothing to do with the electricity. I'm just out of here.